was the first time I heard that song.
Hey there,
And,
I'm Jade Hendricks.
Hi, I'm Andy Garcia, and I'm here in support of Heartbeat of a Planet.
This is the KXSR Digital Broadcast Network.
It's like flying high-priced hookers to your hotel room from New York.
Taking it slowly into my hot, wet...
Okay, maybe not, but it is cheaper. Number 1. Indy 100.
Indy 100 indeed. You're also listening to the Hadley Hour here on the on Excite Radio and their network of stations. You're listening to our in-studio guest, Cherish Alexander, Paul Rossler. This is their song Waiting off the album Broken Open. Here you go.
Waiting You're terrified, aren't you?
Oh, there's no need to be here, guys. If you're just joining us, you are listening to Hadley Hour here on Indy 100 and a slew of other stations, actually. Just recent addition to the Excite Radio family and their 66 affiliates. So thank you, Radio Detroit. Thank you, Radio Dubai. Thank you, Radio11.com. All these other stations, I'll go ahead and mention them individually at some point throughout our career and our time together. But in the meantime, I'm super excited because I have a returning guest, an amazing musician that I've known for quite some time. Everybody in the room and out in Radio Land, put your hands together for the hilarious and the awesome and the talented Cherish Alexander. Yay! Hey! And joining Cherish Alexander by way of co-producing and co-writing the piece that you are about to hear for the entirety of this show, hailing from paulrossler.com. Everybody put your hands together for Paul Rossler! Yay! USA! USA! How's everybody doing? You guys good?
We're doing
we're good.
fantastic.
I love it.
Jason, that's a lot of syndication.
Yeah, it is.
You get a lot of money for that?
We're working on that. Yeah, right about now, I've been financing my career on hopes and dreams, and I need to start making
I mean,
realities.
it seems like if you're in Dubai,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I
They
mean,
got a lot of
this
money
is
over there.
well, this is they do. Build indoor ski resorts.
Right.
I mean, they don't mess around in Dubai. You know what I mean? I mean, they like
for you.
tennis
So
court
happy
on the
for
top
you.
of a
We're
100-story
happy for
building.
you.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
I
no,
would have never guessed from the way you're dressed.
Oh no, of course not.
Let's give it up for Jason. Woo!
Woo! You know what? Just for that, I am going to hit a random button on the sound effects. Let's see what happens. Oh, what was that? That was a machine gun. That was a machine gun.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't do it anymore. You knew this was going to happen.
I did. No, but you know what? That's what I'm doing is I'm mowing down the competition in radio. There we go. Okay, good times. So you can find Cherish at cherishalexander.com. You can find Paul Rossler at paulrossler.com. But let me, folks, get a pencil handy. Okay, it's Paul, P-A-U-L, like the movie, right? You know, with the alien and all that good times.
Beatles, like the Beatles.
Yeah, like the Beatles. Okay. One of the ones that I'm not so happy is alive. Anyway, I'm a
so
Harrison
messed up.
fan. I'm a Harrison
guess.
You're in the
fan.
music industry. You can't say that.
I'm a Harrison fan. You know what? When Paul McCartney comes on the Hadley Hour, I'll go ahead and we'll
Yeah,
settle
then
it
you'll
then.
change your tune, won't you?
Yeah, then I'll be, oh, it's here, Mr.
It
Yeah.
was just a joke.
No, you know what it'll be? It'll be me underneath this desk going, trying to make nice with Paul. But I don't know. Maybe it won't happen. I don't know. Anyway, I digress.
You know,
Paul,
I'm pretty good buddies with Ringo,
Are you really?
but I won't tell him what you said.
Good, because I hold the same thought towards him, too. I'm like, John, George, where are you guys when we need you?
Dude, he could make you in
I know.
Dubai.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's true. He probably could. I'm sure there's
He's a funny guy.
I bet he's great, actually.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, well, you know what's funny? I remember the quote when they interviewed the Beatles way back when somebody asked, is Ringo Starr the best drummer in the world? And one of the Beatles answered, Ringo Starr isn't even the best drummer in the Beatles.
He was a bad drunk, too.
Really?
Bad drunk.
Wow.
Remember that song? No, I don't smoke it no more.
No. Yeah, I do.
He
right.
was serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like his Anagata Davida?
I don't know. It's more as mea culpa.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's get Cherish in here.
All right, back to Cherish. So, more on Cherish real quickly. If you like the song that you heard, in fact, you just heard Waiting off the album Broken Open, and Broken Open is available on iTunes. It's on Amazon. You can find Cherish at cherishalexander.com. You can find her on Facebook, Cherish Alexander Music. You can even find her on Instagram if you want to see what she had for breakfast at Violently Peaceful. Right?
I don't post food pictures.
You don't post food pictures?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, good to know. You're one of the trendsetters, apparently, because in any case, so the album Broken Open, co-written and co-produced by Paul and Cherish, and so far, if I may be so bold as to say, a fantastic way to open the show. So just so the listeners kind of get to know you guys, I mean, as far as, tell me a little bit about Waiting and where that came from, kind of the song that we just heard here, and anything that, any thoughts you might have on it.
The whole process of this album was sort of visceral.
Visceral, huh?
Yeah, visceral. We would just show up and we would, whatever we were feeling, we'd just, put down guitar tracks, you'd put down a piano track, track, and then we'd just write. So.
And what we were feeling wasn't so good.
Really?
But just depending on the vibe of, what we were feeling that
The vibes
day.
were
We
bad.
would just,
So, I mean, would you say that this is designed to be an overall, cathartic album for you? Or, I mean, did anything come of
It
all
was
that?
meant to be cathartic, but I don't think it worked.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it did for me.
Yeah, it worked. I just say a bunch of
He's
words.
just trying to be controversial.
I'm not trying to be. I can't help it. That's why I was worried.
Well, it's like when and I were doing the show together. He was the straight guy, I was the clown,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so, I see
Did
there's
you just call me a clown, dude?
no, I was No, I'm referring to pointing to
she was-
Cherish.
You're right. You're
Okay.
right.
She's hilarious. What are you talking about?
She's
a big white ball of
hero.
sunshine here.
Hero, yes.
You know,
she is.
I'm
It's
telling you,
true.
just raw live
You
wire
should have
energy.
seen her when we started making this record. It was not like that.
Yes, but now the album's
well,
finished.
You know how life is. You have your
Yeah.
ups and downs, and this is one of the downs. But towards the end, it became up.
Yeah,
So.
that's true.
And that's
now
the
we're
beauty
in
of
an up
music.
phase,
So.
Yeah, we were both. Yeah.
we're both in up phases. But actually, we were both sort of in the same sort of spot.
Right on. Okay, so now, so Cherish and Paul, you guys you have an interesting history together, if I'm not mistaken, right? A rather long history together. You go back a ways, am I not mistaken?
You want to actually say the exact amount of years, probably, for your younger listeners. You don't want to say that.
Just a long time ago.
But not in a galaxy far, far away.
in a galaxy far, far away.
She's sort of a dance diva sort of thing, right? She had a record deal.
Yeah, I was signed to RCA Records.
Wow.
And I'd already made one album for them that was never released. And the second album was sort of more of like a singer-songwriter, vibe.
Remember he warned you
and-
before we talked about smashing
am
into
I
the...
hitting-
You know what? That was actually me putting
that
my
was
own
you?
monster down
Oh
on
my
the
God,
thing.
look at, you're already blaming me.
I know. Here, I'm going to do it again.
He loves
There we go.
me.
I just
He
did. I
loves
just
me.
set my monster down twice. Monster did not pay for me to say monster. So the energy drink that
Monster
I played.
Dubai in Dubai. Ching, ching.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
bet they drink a lot of monster there.
Oh, and some money.
Yeah, no
God,
kidding.
you're
right?
obsessed with Dubai.
Yeah,
And
the
money.
man loves
Go
Dubai.
there.
So anyway, her management comes to me and they go, son, we'd like you to Cherish. I want to work with you on the new album. We want to do something a little more. What was it? Alternative.
Yeah, alternative.
So we started doing some demos, and
Okay.
the rec company heard the demos, dropped her immediately. She also had a big publishing deal with Warner Chappell.
Yeah.
That was over too.
Wow, totally imploded
Everything
all
I
at once. Huh?
touch turns to blood.
It's I'm feeling so positive and happy right now. Oh my God.
But you have a new album out, and that's
turns
what's
to-
important.
He was
blood.
the perfect person to write those albums.
You know what I
Blood
say?
and pus.
In this day and age, maybe a little bile thrown in for good measure. But in this day and age, self-publish probably a better way to go. You might have actually dodged a bullet with that whole RCA thing. I'm just
Possibly.
saying. You know what I mean?
It was a great experience. I grew a lot as an artist.
How did
I learned a
RCA
lot.
find you? I mean, like they.
I signed with a producer.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was like 18.
Really?
And then did
And,
demos.
and what kind of music were you doing back then?
Oh,
God,
man.
I wish we could pull some of that out.
Yeah, wouldn't that be
actually-
great?
You know
I'm
what?
sorry, but
I totally blocked all of that.
Oh,
out of my
okay. All right.
memory.
All right. So, you know what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go through your therapist notes later and, piece all the
It's
everything
probably
together.
something I should deal with. I should just deal with it right now.
Hey, listen, we only have an hour, but
Access to her therapist now. There's some confidentiality.
you'd be surprised the level of spy tech gear that's sold on Ventura Boulevard.
I
you know,
know.
I mean,
it's,
I think I've graduated from my therapist, actually.
oh, okay.
wow. We'll see.
Making this album.
We'll see. I'm her therapist now.
Yes,
You're
but do you only work in
big trouble.
50-minute increments? I just have to ask. Now,
He only works when he's in Dubai.
right. Now, Paul, tell me a little bit about yourself now, because I understand you have quite a pedigree and a resume yourself, if I...
Yeah, good. Did records. I've played a lot of punk bands, and I have a studio now in sort of Echo Park area where I produce people and put out records and my own records. And
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty
I was
cool.
in punk bands in the 70s and 80s. And
Anyone we'd know?
well, you'd never heard of the Screamers.
Yeah, no, I'd never heard of the Screamers. I was in
Probably-
the 70s. I was busy being born. I mean,
You know
I'm
what?
sorry. I love you, but I'm just...
There's really cool kids nowadays that check all that old stuff out.
You
now.
know, and I will admit I am guilty of not doing that because
No, but I don't know why they do. It's free. It's really strange to me that there are kids now that are 20 and 22 years old
Mm-hmm.
listening to like 1977 LA punk rock. That's just, I run into them. I mean, maybe because that's
well, it's your scene.
Yeah, it was my scene.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
It's
I mean,
strange.
my whole like marker of like how young I really was that when I'd find some cool song and play it for my parents, go, oh my gosh, isn't this song cool? They're like, yeah, so and so did it back then,
Right.
back when, or whatever. This is actually just a cover of this. I'm like, I mean,
Now it's like your grandparents too.
I know, right?
But anyway.
We played it on the Victrola, right?
But yeah, go to YouTube and look up Screamers, the band, and that was sort of the first band I started playing with.
If you're interested, we could play a little bit of that from YouTube off the computer right into the thing. If you're thinking about,
I think let's focus on Cherish.
I want to focus. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, but let's just if we wanted to add some color, like black or whatever punk rock color it goes best. I don't know.
Rainbow.
I'm
not ashamed. I'm not nearly as ashamed of my past as Cherish is.
Well, your past is a lot more cool than
mine.
I think the takeaway from this conversation is there's a lot of bones in these closets. I think is what's going on. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna keep cruising along. I do some more music because we have a lot of it. We also have the Hollywood Rock and Wrap Up coming up, which is our little 1-minute comedy spin on celebrity gossip news that I do. It airs all over the world.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah, it's fun times. So in the meantime, we wanted to get to oxytocin, right? So oxytocin, named after one of my favorite prescription drugs.
That's not. It's not a prescription.
Oh no, that's a chemical. It's a hormone, right? I'm thinking of OxyContin.
Very good. Yeah, supposedly now, like you have sex with a girl, and then she gets all like clingy after you have sex with her.
It's like a drug your body produces when you're in love. When a girl is in love.
Oh,
is it really only a girl?
I think so.
I don't.
Yeah, for guys, it's.
I don't know. The only feeling I have is to crush up a morning after pill in their yogurt the next morning. Anybody? Just me? Just me?
Wow.
It might have happened.
You are in the comedy business.
It might have happened. In fact, actually, yes, you can check me out at Pasadena Ice House Wednesday the 26th as well as the 28th. Anyway, so, no, that's actually
true. So this is a really, really happy song about hormones.
Hormones that start with an H, not with a W. Hormones. Okay. No.
Oh, I see what you got.
See what I did there? Yeah. Hormones and hormones. Okay.
You were calling.
I was in comedy
horrors earlier.
I was as of about 30 seconds ago. I'm officially announcing my retirement. They're going to retire my mic cord. So, Oxytocin coming up here off of Cherish Alexander's album Broken Open. You are listening to the Hadley Hour on Indie 100, the Excite Radio family of stations. And here we go. We're off and running. You guys are awesome. Thanks for listening to the Hadley Hour. Enjoy.
Face down as you hold your breath and you're second guessing every step you fake, and you're gone even when I'm by your side. Never wonder if I cried, how I feel you will never know that. Real me, 'cause the tears they won't show. Look inside when you wanna believe, but you lost your faith on another street, and you try to fight walking away. Contradict every word you say. Take a stand, but you're falling down again. Say goodnight, wide awake and sick of me, and I'm sick of you too. Should've known that never would be true. With the start always comes an end.
Have you ever dreamed of taking a French cooking class from a renowned chef in Paris? Or maybe a Spanish guitar lesson from an expert guitarist in Spain? How about a personal training session with a celebrity fitness instructor in New York? Well, now you can on Expertory.com. Expertory is an online destination that allows you to learn all the things you've ever dreamed of without ever leaving your home. Simply search for the subject you're interested in, choose a time that works best for your schedule, and book a live video chat session with an expert anywhere in the world. The first 100 listeners this week to enter promo code Indy100 will receive a 20% discount on any booking. Expertory.com, where you meet the experts. The SC Samurai, serving the Santa Clarita Valley of Southern California. Award-winning martial arts classes specializing in children from ages 4 to 7 years old. Instill respect, confidence, and discipline in your children as they get in shape both mentally and physically. Build self-esteem through positive reinforcement. SC Samurai classes are fun, safe, and taught by world champions. Visit our website to sign up for a free lesson with no obligation. Go to scsamurai.com or call 661-412-3656. That's 661-412-3656.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Hadley Hour. I just wanted to sound kind of monotonous like that. It makes me sound exciting, doesn't it?
Consummate professional.
You know,
amazing.
Is this not the most horrible radio voice ever? Okay, so you're listening to the Hadley Hour here on Indy 100.
Are you making fun of your old partner?
I make fun of myself. I make fun. Nobody is safe when it comes to Jason Hadley and me bringing my inner pain out into the world.
Please don't do that to me.
I would never.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sounds super sensitive.
Well, but you know what? I'm a great hugger. I'm a great hugger.
Well, can I get a hug?
I will give you a hug later. We can. Yeah, we can.
God,
we will hug it out. Do you want to be the inside spoon or the outside spoon?
I feel good.
That's how good I am. Not only can I do spoons, I can do other forms of cutlery too, like
knives.
Ladles,
chopsticks.
Chopsticks. Wonton spoons, all different kinds of spoons, wooden spoons. It's quite an eclectic array of kitchen gadgetry, if you will. Egg beaters. I don't know. Now
helicopters.
Helicopters. I don't even know what that is, but I imagine it's.
I went from egg beaters because they both go round and round.
Oh, right.
You're right. It was not a kitchen reference. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Listen. I imagine if you tried to beat an egg with a helicopter, you probably wouldn't have a whole lot of eggs. But
whenever I hear egg beater, the next word that comes to my mind is helicopter.
Right.
It's been that way for a long time.
Oh. I don't know why that would be. I'm trying to.
Well,
think,
why don't you look at my therapist notes? You said you could have.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you what,
creepy, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you said that you had Cherish's therapist.
What else is my therapist?
Well, hold on. Let me go to CherishAlexander'sTherapistNotes.com here and look that up. But
wow.
But if you want to find more about Cherish Alexander, not just the personal turmoil that is her therapist notes, you can find all of her exciting music and more about the awesomeness of Cherish Alexander at www. That's what for the people that don't know their letters. CherishAlexander.com. You can find her on Instagram at Violently Peaceful. The music's available from the album Open on iTunes and Amazon. And Paul, of course, you can always check out Paul and his extremely his breadth of work and the awesomeness that is Paul Rossler at paulrossler.com.
Yeah, you could Wikipedia me.
You can't Wikipedia me. I'm not Wikipedia-able. No, not yet. Well, then again, you're supposed to put your own entry on Wikipedia, right? And then people edit it, or
gosh,
I don't know. Maybe I would hire a PR company to do it so that they make sure all the grammar is correct.
No, I did my own. I'm just kidding. Oh. No, my girlfriend did. No, I don't know who did it.
Really? It just kind of appeared? We can look it up.
I had to take out certain of the legal things that I didn't want up there, but
really. What's that like when you discover you have a Wikipedia page? Because I can't wait for that.
It's a great moment.
Yeah? It's like when you find out you have an IMDb.
I thought you could ask me what's it like to have felonies. And it's the good thing is you don't have to do jury service.
Right.
And you can still vote.
Oh, you can still vote even with a felony?
Yes.
Oh, can you own a gun?
No.
Oh.
But I don't care about that.
Oh, I do.
I don't have felonies.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
Well, felonies always make a great gift.
I don't have felony.
Oh, right. Okay, you have felonies. Okay, right on. Okay, well, as long as you... Oh, and the microphone tilted down.
But without all that shame and suffering, we wouldn't be able to do this level of art.
That's right. The people that you robbed or killed or whatever crime that you committed, I assume we were ripping tags off of mattresses. You don't look like a dangerous guy to me.
No, it was bad stuff.
It was computer fraud?
No, it was bad stuff.
Wow.
Let's change the subject.
Yeah,
I'd be boasting about it if it wasn't so
I don't like the way
shameful.
you're looking at me going, you are a person of size and will make an excellent skin suit.
I brought this up
All right, spoon
myself.
it out.
Yeah, right, spoon it
on the break. But let's get back to Cherish's
Getting back
record.
to Cherish.
Enough about you. Let's talk about me.
Any rehabs? Any rehabs? Any rehabs?
As we're creating the album Broken Open, I understand because we were talking between the songs that part of the creative process was very impromptu. Is that right? Or you guys would just kind of, you were telling me you would come in and just lay something down. You're on the same wavelength?
Initially we had reconnected after, a period of time. And we were just going to like write a few songs together, and then it turned out being an album. It became like a spiritual experience for us.
As all good writing should be.
Oh, God, Cherish.
It did.
We were going through a lot of crap. Really awful crap, both of us. We just, by coincidence, we're going through awful crap.
And I'd already
done a breakup album. I'd just done a breakup album, and she walked in, and she's like, "I'm breaking up," and I go, "I know what to do here. I know exactly.
Spill your guts out.
I just did this."
And so it seems to have worked out quite nicely because I like the songs we're hearing.
It's like being a songwriter. It is a very personal experience. Writing with people. You really get to know them, their heart and soul, and
unless you're in the Foo Fighters, and then it's just a money-making proposition.
Right.
Well, hey, listen, they did all right. You know what's crazy? Dave Grohl married a girl I went to junior high with.
Really?
Yeah.
I just saw Dave Grohl at Barney's.
A
few months ago with his wife.
Yeah.
And kids.
I go back a long way with one of the guys in the Foo Fighters, and I call him up every once in a while. I go, "Man, that was embarrassing, that Foo Fighters video where you're like mugging, and they look like you're sort of doing. God, that was an embarrassing video." And whenever I think about that video, that was the week I met David Bowie, and we played music together. And I was like, "Okay, I'll shut up."
Which video were we referring to? Is it the
Mentos?
The
Mentos commercial. Yeah,
my God.
I was like, "Dude, that's an awful."
But I think that's what they were shooting for, is to make something awful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Beastie Boys Sabotage
It's
video.
awful, but
it's
awful's awful. They succeeded.
Yeah.
It was a good song, though.
They hit the mark.
What song was it?
I can't remember. I just remember
See?
Mentos. It made me want a breath mint.
Neil Young thinks that it's because they're using MP3s is what's destroying the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I identify with that. I wish there were more high quality sound files, but the videos to music, like, you don't remember the song, you remember the Mentos commercial.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
True.
It's funny because
what song was that?
Let's talk about politics now. Are you a religious guy?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm a spiritual guy. I'm more of a conspiracy nut myself.
Are you a conspiracy nut?
Oh God, I have like tinfoil on the inside of my head. That's how, because I can't at people ask questions. Like, I think that we're controlled by reptilians from another dimension. And
do you believe those those shapes on the moon are like real things?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Yeah,
there's actually people who think that the moon was actually brought here and is actually hollow inside.
And didn't they say like going to the moon was like a Hollywood project?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Kubrick
directed it or something.
Kubrick directed that.
Yeah, and it was all filmed by the Atomic Energy Commission out at Area 51 or some madness like that. No, they actually did prove that we went to the moon, at least, because like you can see all the stuff we left there.
The crap, our garbage.
Yeah, our garbage. And they also put they did it on Mythbusters. They just to prove that we went there. And
but is Mythbusters a conspiracy?
Mythbusters is a misinformation campaign propagated by the CIA.
Yeah.
And controlled, and the commercials are laced with subliminal messages that are designed to have us believe and buy.
And they want you to believe those conspiracies and think about those conspiracies because what they're doing right in front of our faces is so heinous that they just want us to think there must be something weird and esoteric.
That's actually funny. I think it was Noam Chomsky said that. He's like, true. That conspiracy theories are just, that we're really that effed up to each other.
I know. It's totally obvious. Just stop for a second and look at it. Look what cherishes. Oh, whoops. I'm not going to say that.
Oh, no. Okay, well, then we'll move on.
Look what our boyfriends and girlfriends do to us.
Yeah.
My mom's best friend growing up was dating Buzz Aldrin.
I see Buzz all the time.
The guy who went to the moon?
Yeah.
Supposedly went to the moon?
Yeah. Married 3 times.
He's got anger issues.
And clearly loves Tang. Hey! Oh! Sorry.
But let's get back to Cherish.
I agree. Again, you can find Cherish at Cherish.
Let's talk more about conspiracy theories and reptiles. Reptilians.
Well, wait a minute. Unless, Cherish, you're going to let us know that you might be one of their musical acts that open up at their annual meetings up at Bohemian Grove or any of the good stuff there where the Power Elite gather up the Bilderbergers.
I come from the planet Pleiadians.
You're a Pleiadian?
I'm a Pleiadian.
Nicely done. Good pull on the obscure alien cultural references.
True.
That would be so rad. You know what's actually crazy is that I did have a girlfriend one time that I touched her skin and it felt really rubbery. Like every time I touched her skin, it didn't feel like real skin.
So
It's the
you
weirdest
had
thing.
to kill her.
No. I had to breed with her and she wouldn't let me.
Didn't you say something about the morning after pill? Was that on there or after?
No, that was. I think that was before we started.
That was before we started.
Yeah. And that's a complete lie because usually stuff like consent and them staying the next day are like totally out the window. But
whoa,
it might have happened one time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up anything.
No. You know what? I happen to have my therapist. So let me go ahead and refer to my therapist notes here.
I just want to mention that now that marijuana is basically becoming legal, can we all agree that it just sucks and it's retarded?
I think
it's an awful high. It's a terrible high.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree or agree to disagree with you. No, not only because I'm just not interested in harder stuff.
Different people have different metabolisms.
Yeah, no, I agree. Mine's extremely slow, unfortunately, but that'd probably be cured with some exercise and uppers.
One time I smoked pot and I looked in the mirror and I had pink dreadlocks. Oh, wait,
Really?
I already told you that.
Yeah, you did, but you didn't tell everybody out in radio land.
I have now.
Who's listening to the Hadley Hour on Indie100.com, the Excite radio family.
This is a children's show.
Yeah, it is. If you want to book Paul for your next family party, you're welcome to do so. He's great at corporate functions as well.
I was going to make a corporate reference here because I was just so proud to be in the midst of these corporate-looking offices, and it took me I got totally lost looking for the coffee machine.
Right. Smoke and mirrors, by the way. All this entire floor.
It's
smoke and mirrors.
All bankrupt.
No, well, what it is like...
All credit.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, out in Radioland, Indie 100 is in Burbank, California, in the same building that Power 106, terrestrial radio station, all those...
the real radio stations.
The real radio stations, not Internet Radio Shack.
That's awful.
Here at Indie 100.
Sorry.
Listen,
I was just looking for a laugh.
Hey, you got it from me. But I'll tell you what, you have more freedom here, and it's like a global listenership. It's not just people in LA. And you'd be surprised how hyper reactive the internet can be when it comes to Twitter and social media and stuff.
You can play whatever you want, right?
Yeah, I can do
Melt Banana. Do you play Melt Banana?
No, but I can and I will.
Yeah, let's bust out some Melt Banana.
Okay, we can play. Well, you know what? We have to have them sign the consent form in order to. That's the only corporate thing.
Dude, they're Japanese. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, yeah. I suppose they can come find me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. No, but anyway, so all these individual little offices here on this floor, they're individual office suites. They're not like big companies.
Oh.
So, like, let's say you're just a one-man shop and you don't want to work out of your home.
Oh, you can just rent.
You can rent a office.
Oh.
And that reception desk is like a huge switchboard with like 100 people, and they just forward calls and act like your receptionist and say the name of your company when they answer to.
Oh, so this is just a little crap bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was.
Let's be real. It's indie radio. Yeah, no.
But we are being heard in Dubai, right?
We're being heard in Dubai. We're being heard.
Hey, Dubai.
We can go to the interactive map right now and take a look. I mean, we're being heard all over the world. Czechoslovakia. I mean, you'd be surprised. And surprisingly, for English-speaking radio, I mean,
Malta.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on when they're pinging in. But perhaps.
Malta's funny. That was funny.
That was a good pull. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, all the way out in Mumbai, India, they listen to us.
Wait, Mumbai. God, I got that mixed up with Dubai. I thought you were talking about Mumbai the whole time.
You know what? I mean, listen, I'm all about
Dubai, Middle East. Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dubai, Mumbai.
Formerly Bombay.
Right. We're both.
Do they even speak English out there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Every time you use a...
Yeah, you have to call tech support?
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
But let's get back to Cherish now.
But, right?
Because he made this great record.
I tell you what, Paul Rossler is the rudder of this show.
She's poured her heart out. And
we're not giving her due.
I know. There's some blood in these tracks here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's be. I don't want to talk about blood and Rabbit Hole coming up, but we have the next song here, Rabbit Hole.
I'm a vegetarian.
Are you really?
Yeah, she's not.
Oh, neither am I.
I used to be.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I sort of am.
Well, you said blood and rabbit.
Right. No, my food, your food grows through the poop of my food.
Right, that's true.
That's how that works. But that's okay.
Gross.
Well, think about that.
Hey, I said pus before.
Right? And we haven't covered all of the body fluids yet. We still have another 30 minutes.
You did say bile.
I did say bile. Yeah, we did cover that. So,
semen?
We'll get there. I'm a big fan of the Navy. Big fan of the Navy.
I can say that, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're talking about submarine operators.
Did you ever read Moby Dick?
Yes.
The sperm, the semen, the sperm, the semen, the sperm, the semen.
Right.
Did I just say that?
Can you imagine one that size? Oh, God, that'd be hard to pass.
It's a great book, guys. It's not overrated. It really is a great book.
Yeah, no, it's a great book.
It's a dark book.
It is a dark book.
I really recommend it.
Yeah, no, he kind of, it's like an inner madness type of revenge book. You know what I mean? It's like
he hates God. He's mad about God.
But let's talk about Cherish Alexander
and her spiritual journey.
That God has bestowed her with the musical ability to bring
Someone's got to be spiritual around here.
Right?
It ain't gonna be either one of us dudes.
Clearly. Okay, so Rabbit Hole's the next track we got coming up. A little bit about Rabbit Hole. What are we getting into here?
Almost didn't make it on the record.
Actually, it actually almost did not make it on the record. Mm-hmm. And Paul came up with the tracks, and it was had this like very Alice in Wonderland feel, and so I ended up putting Alice in Wonderland quotes to the music.
Okay.
So it's all quotes from
down the rabbit hole. Part of the reason I acting so weird is I keep hearing a beat in my
that beat you're hearing in the back,
making me get a little rhythm to my spiel.
Right. No, that underlay that you're hearing, that sound bed
to make us.
It just gives the show a little bit more texture, but more importantly, the system actually has a fail-safe where if there's dead air for like more than 2 seconds, it automatically switches to the next show. So I always leave something playing in the background that way in case we have one of those.
I like it.
We have one of those awkward moments or somewhere where we're all just kind of staring at each other, which we have yet to have. Which
like
I'm
right now.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's wait for 2 seconds.
Is that going out over the air? That's
yeah. Whew. I know.
It's making me so anxious.
Is it really? It's putting you on edge, and it's making you want to
smoke a joint or something.
Oh well, I'm not looking to send anybody down the wrong path. So I'll tell you what we're going to do is
it's a terrible hike. I'll be honest. Just be honest. It makes your mouth dry. Your eyes go red. You feel dumb.
Yeah, but movies are rad.
Maybe,
especially those video gamers.
Yeah,
I'll be watching a movie.
They get into it.
If I smoke pot and I watch a movie, then I'll be wondering what everyone is thinking about me.
The worst is when you smoke pot with your girlfriend and she makes you watch a movie and then falls asleep 3/4 of the way through it. That pisses me off.
Why is that?
I'm guilty.
Right?
Yes.
Women do it. It's the thing. It's their. I've just come to accept it. I've gone through my 5 phases on it, and I've reached acceptance. And so I just figure I've seen
the
she's
5 phases of death.
I guess, yeah, and the surrender of my singlehood.
I got you.
Clearly, I'm much better at being single.
Oh, you're gonna like this record then?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This is the perfect soundtrack for your life.
Oh, good. I
mean, next song is gonna. But there's.
Well, then how come this song's not called Friend Zone? Because that's my story.
Ouch.
I know, right? But it's called Rabbit Hole, and no one wants to go down the rabbit hole that is the friend zone. But in the meantime, make sure before we get into Rabbit Hole that you find Cherish Alexander on www.cherishAlexander.com and Facebook, Cherish Alexander Music, and on Instagram at Violently Peaceful. Find the music on iTunes and Amazon. And if you act now, in the next 30 seconds, we'll send in this new car spray. Rabbit Hole coming up here on the Hadley Hour, here on Indy 100, Excite Radio, the Mix.fm, the 66 affiliates connected to Excite Radio. You guys are awesome. Thanks for listening. And here's Rabbit Hole by Cherish Alexander.
If I had a world of my own, everything would be nonsense. Nothing would be quite what it is. Everything would be what it isn't. If you don't know where you are going,
Welcome to felonyhire.com. You can get hired. Have a felony? No problem. Have a misdemeanor? No problem. On probation? No problem. No history? No problem. No transportation? That's right, no problem. If you're willing to work hard, use our website and get hired today at felonyhire.com. We believe the best way to keep people out of prison is to get people employed. Use our website at felonyhire.com and get hired today.
Have you ever dreamed of taking a French cooking class from a renowned chef in Paris? Or maybe a Spanish guitar lesson from an expert guitarist in Spain? How about a personal training session with a celebrity fitness instructor in New York? Well, now you can on Expertory.com. Expertory is an online destination that allows you to learn all the things you've ever dreamed of without ever leaving your home. Simply search for the subject you're interested in, choose a time that works best for your schedule, and book a live video chat session with an expert anywhere in the world. The first 100 listeners this week to enter promo code Indy100 will receive a 20% discount on any booking. Expertory.com, where you meet the experts.
It's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up with your host, Jason Hadley. Congrats go out to Mila Kunis, who's having her first baby. However, the actress is currently the spokesperson for a popular bourbon, so it would seem she's now drinking for two. A warrant has been issued for the arrest of R&B singer Anita Baker. Baker's being sued by her contractor for outstanding construction invoices, while Anita says outstanding would be the last word she'd use to describe the work. Kim, Kanye, and Baby Northwest are making their pictorial debut on the cover of Vogue magazine. The couple decided on what's known as the Fashion Bible, since having their baby before the wedding disqualified them from the original. ABC announced the latest spin-off of their popular Bachelor franchise called The Bachelor in Paradise. With contestants finding true love in a tropical setting, the wrap-up was able to obtain this exclusive audio from the first elimination.
Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson!
And that's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up. Follow us on Twitter at Rockin' Wrap-Up. There we are. Yes. I got to work on the timing of this microphone. You're listening to the Hadley Hour here on Indy 100, the Excite Radio family of stations, all 6060 out there, as well as Excite. You can tune in on Indy 100 at Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. You can tune in on Excite Radio at 9 p.m. on Fridays. I have with me in studio Cherish Alexander, Paul Rossler, the new album, Broken Open. We've called an audible, guys, didn't we? We called an audible. We started out with Rabbit Hole, and then we immediately went into Loving right after that.
That's called an audible?
Yeah, we called an audible.
I just want to say we're back from like one of the most luxurious and delicious spooning sessions I've ever been a part of.
You know, can I tell you
for that?
We needed a cuddle lifeguard.
I feel so much better, but you know what? That felony commercial, that was not
I
cool,
wanted
man.
to play that just for you.
Cool.
I wanted to offer you hope.
After we were so close, you come back with that, man.
Well, you know what? Listen, if you ever need a job, I'm not saying that you would, but you know where to go.
I don't want a job.
I know, I don't want a job either. In fact, you're all about the right to not working,
work.
Right? Yeah.
Right. Like, but the machines are replacing everyone's jobs.
Sure.
So if machines and robots are replacing everyone's jobs, then can we stop looking down on people who can't get a job because their boss bought machines and fired them all?
Sure. We
Right?
could. We could.
So don't you think unemployment should be extended for life?
No.
I do.
Well, I think education should be extended for life.
Also, I mean, we're not there yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is it's like, the guy who operates the machine is extinct.
Yeah.
But the guy that can fix that machine is thriving.
Yeah, you need one of those for every 100 machines.
But that's
you
like
know?
so far away, isn't it?
I know.
No, it's not. It's happening now. Look at the music industry.
Well, the machines are taking over the world because they're making us unemployed.
I don't have. How many musicians did we hire for this record? You know, the record pressing plant, the guy that delivers the records. And pretty soon, when they have autonomous cars, every cab driver will be out of work. Every truck driver will be out of work.
Do you know how far we are away from that, though?
7 years.
7 years?
Yeah, they're
like,
coming
You know something we don't?
Well, you already have autonomous. Yeah, Nissan is coming out with autonomous cars in 7 years, but you already have them.
I know
they already slow down and stop. They already will stay in between
They're
lanes.
test marketing, actually, in somewhere in
No,
Europe.
Mercedes, you can't run over. Even if you try, and I did try, I tried to run over a little kid.
Hence felonyhire.com, everybody.
I was trying to, I tried to run over this little kid, and I floored it. And I was driving right at him, and the car, it was incredible. It was an incredible experience. The car by itself slowed down and stopped just as I was about to run over the little bastard.
Did he deserve it? You're like, I don't want your stinking lemonade.
I was just testing the car because they say that it had this feature.
Wow.
And they also keep you from drifting out of lanes. They already have these things. You obviously don't have a Mercedes.
No, not
Neither
at all.
do
I have a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I have a car that was invented by a person who tried to kill my people.
But
he offers affordable prices. Like
I just get all this off the internet. I don't know if any of it's true.
No, you know what? Actually, not only that, but dig this: is that there's a bunch of conspiracies out there about how they're hacking cars. So
that's a problem.
Yeah. So some cat, guy that was raising a ruckus. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he died in some mysterious auto accident. It was like on CNN or something like that. He was like just one of those talking heads, but he was very like ridiculously liberal and quite accusatory of people. Yeah. And apparently he had this like weird random car crash, and they suspect, or the conspiracy theorists believe, that they hacked his car and were able to manipulate the controls inside his car. Like if you miss a payment on your car nowadays with OnStar, they just turn your car off until the repo guys get there or until you make the payment.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a 2005 and they can't do that, thankfully, and I just paid it off.
You paid it off.
Just.
Oh, right, because of the...
Just.
Wow, well, what's the point of living?
I know, right? Well, that's the thing. It's all Big Brother type stuff. So as soon as
That's true.
As soon as you get the chip implanted into your hand,
It's
that
not a
controls all your money.
conspiracy. They're actually right.
They have it. I mean, you put it in your pets, but your pets don't have the same needs that you do.
You're not going to be able to drive. You're going to have one of those breath things where if you're drunk, you're going to blow in. What's the fun of that?
Oh, please. You know what pisses me off now? Now they have these swabs at DUI checkpoints where they can rub the inside of your mouth and they can figure out if it tests for alcohol.
Supposedly.
Alcohol, marijuana, Xanax,
cocaine.
Speed, cocaine. I think the only thing it can't test for, the only thing it can't test for.
Checkpoints?
Yeah, like they're just starting to introduce them. So, like, if you're suspected, like, say you're reeking of alcohol or reeking of pot or whatever, they can pull you off to the side and make you submit to a field sobriety test where they just rub the inside of your cheek, and like one line is good and 2 lines is bad, or I don't know, something like that. But
which is really going to be bad news for Cherish because she's drinking and driving all the time.
Oh my gosh,
I know.
I walk such a straight line.
She has airbags on the outside of her car.
Remember she said that
These
making
days.
this record was a spiritual experience?
Right.
Spirits, literally.
Right, exactly. Bourbons,
Drinks
whiskeys,
like a
scotches.
fish. I've never seen someone put it away. It's like she's
I don't
got
think
a
I've
hollow
ever
leg.
had a drink in front of you.
But you know what? I got to admit, you can sing drunk as hell.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I used to, actually.
You know what?
I
It
used
sounds
to.
like, and I don't
in
mean,
my rock and roll days.
I want to. We only have a few minutes left here. I know.
I'm so sorry. I warned you guys.
I know, no, it's okay. But so I have time for one more song here that I'd like to get to. We wanted to do. I know we had Prayer of St. Francis coming up, but we also had Patterns. You mentioned you wanted to end on. So do you want to go with that instead?
Can we just extend the show a little longer?
I wish we could.
Can we come back next week?
We can make arrangements for a part 2,
Part two.
a cliffhanger. But in the meantime, what would you think? What would you think here?
I was kidding about extending it. I know you can't do that.
Well, we just take a pill and it extends itself.
Let's do Prayer of St. Francis.
All right, Prayer of St. Francis. So real quickly, you know what? Tell me a little bit about it in like 10 seconds or less. No, I'm kidding. Use 3 words. 3 words to describe.
It was a track we had for a while, and we couldn't come up with anything for it.
So we just stole some prayer.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a plan. Well, prayers are not copyrighted, so we can go ahead and proceed with
public
all
domain. Totally.
Yeah, public domain.
Yeah.
So here,
in fact,
up,
we actually said we actually taking the money on the lyrics.
Oh well, there you go. So I'll tell you what, Patterns coming up here off of Cherish Alexander's new album, co-written and co-produced by.
Prayer of St.
I mean, Prayer of St. Francis. Sorry, that's the one that was highlighted. My bad.
Yeah.
Working without a net.
Confusing.
Yeah, I know. Here on the Hadley Hour. Oh, I gotta stop smoking weed.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good.
All right,
listen to this.
That's the drum roll and the anticipation. Here we go.
Be
That's right, everybody. Cherish Alexander here with her album Broken Open. We are coming to the close of the show. Cherish, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. CherishAlexander.com. Cherish Alexander Music. You can find PaulRossler.com. We're out of here in about 20 seconds. So anybody you want to say thank you to before we go, or anything you want to mention real quick? All right. Sounds like a plan.
I'll thank Cherish.
There you go.
You really, it's been incredible working with you, and I'm sorry it's over. Oh, wait. It's not over.
It's not over. It's just beginning.
Well, you can catch more of them on, again, CherishAlexander.com, the album Broken Open by Cherish Alexander. Listening to the Hadley Hour here on Indy 100 and Excite Radio family stations. Adios, ladies and gentlemen.
The SC Samurai, serving the Santa Clarita Valley of Southern California. Award-winning.
It's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up with your host, Jason Hadley. Kris Jenner's receiving 300 calls a day by someone threatening to release a tape featuring the Kardashian mom if she doesn't cough up some serious cash. Jenner knows it's not O.J. Simpson since his calls all start like this.
I have a collect call from an inmate.
Famous for his stuffed bear that moved his lips to a cassette tape you put in his back, Teddy Ruxpin's inventor passed away at the age of 77. However, if you're too young to for Teddy Ruxpin, we should probably explain that there used to be these things called cassette tapes. Jennifer Aniston admits she once applied Preparation H around her eyes. Despite all the medical dangers, who knew Preparation H takes the swelling down on blue and green eyes too? Arnold Schwarzenegger signed on to play an aging cyborg in the upcoming sequel, Terminator Generations. However, Arnie will be changing his signature catchphrase to, "I'll be, oh, my back!" And that's the Hollywood Rockin' Wrap-Up. Follow us on Twitter at Rockin' Wrap-Up.